Marriage in Islam is not a simple ceremony. It's not a white dress, a banquet, or photos to be published. It's a responsibility, a commitment before the one who sees hearts, not just signatures. And yet today, too many homes are falling apart not because they lack love, but because they lack understanding. Rights are confused with privileges. Responsibilities become weapons. Everyone wants to receive. Few truly want to give. But in this video, we're going to go beyond the cliches. No dry theory, no moralizing speeches, only raw truths, essential reminders, and perhaps a light to mend what is broken. Want to know what Islam really says about the rights of husbands and wives? Prepare to be challenged, because it's not just about roles, it's about the heart, justice, and sincerity. Marriage in Islam, a sacred contract, not just a paper style, solemn and noble. An Islamic marriage isn't a signature on a piece of paper. It isn't a well-organized ceremony followed by photos posted on social media. It is a contract, yes, but a contract that binds not only two people, but two souls, two universes, two responsibilities before the Creator of the heavens. This contract is not made by men. It is recognized in the invisible spheres, born by noble intention, sealed by mutual acceptance, and maintained by the consciousness of Allah. It is a belief, a precious deposit. And in Islam, one does not gamble with an amana. One does not take it lightly. One does not abandon it when it becomes difficult. Before talking about rights and duties, about who owes what to whom, we must go back to the origin. Why marriage? Not to fill a void, not to check a box, nor to conform to culture. Marriage is a place of inner peace. It's where the soul finds rest, not just through each other, but through what we become in each other's presence. Many people talk about marriage as a playground, others as a battlefield. But in truth, marriage in Islam is a spiritual refuge, a fortress against doubt, a school for character, a mirror that exposes the flaws we ignored, a mirror that never lies. And in that mirror, it's not the other you see first, it's yourself. In this relationship, everyone is responsible. Not just for their role, but for their intention. You don't come to win, you come to build. You don't enter marriage like a market to calculate, compare, demand. You enter it like one enters a masjid, with humility, with respect, with a heart turned toward what Allah expects of you, not toward what you want from the other. Those who view marriage as a mere administrative formality are mistaken. It is not a transaction. It is not a temporary contract. It is a sacred alliance where justice is the pillar and mercy the fragrance, where every word spoken to your spouse is counted, where every behavior is either a source of barakah or a cause of discord, and the choice is yours. Do you want to get married? Then prepare your soul, prepare your character, prepare yourself to carry the other, to be carried, to fall without blame, to rise without pride. Because this bond you are about to create is not meant for fleeting excitement. It is meant to last, through the seasons, through the wounds, through the silences. It is a covenant before Him who knows hearts better than hearts themselves. A covenant that many make without understanding it, but that only the sincere truly honor. Women's rights, dignity, security, and tenderness, style, emotional and empowering. She is not here to serve. She is not here to be subjected to him. She is not here to decorate a house or fulfill social expectations. She is there to be honored, to be protected, to be loved rightly. In Islam, a married woman is not a shadow following a man. She is a light in his home, a presence deserving of attention, respect, and tenderness. These are not privileges granted to her on the condition that she be nice or do not disturb. They are His rights. She has the right to be housed with dignity, not in fear, not in humiliation, not in enforced silence. She has the right to be nourished, but not just with food. She needs to be nourished emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. She has the right to have a husband who doesn't just bring in a salary, but who brings peace, who offers simple gestures, true words, and reassuring looks. She has the right to exist fully, to speak without being cut off, to feel without being judged, to express her needs without being accused of being too sensitive. She has the right to say no. Yes, even in marriage. A real man never takes what is not given to him wholeheartedly. He understands that respecting his wife's wishes is a testament to his own nobility. Her silence is not a yes. Just because she doesn't scream doesn't mean she's happy. Just because she doesn't leave doesn't mean she's at peace. Many women suffer in silence because they've been conditioned to believe their suffering is normal. No, it's not normal. And Islam does not condone this injustice. Do you want to be a good husband? Then start by listening, really listening, without defending yourself, without minimizing, without deflecting. Give her a space where she can be vulnerable without fear of being mocked. Give her the security of a man who doesn't see anger as a weapon, but as a poison he refuses to drink. She is not your property. She is your trust, a precious deposit that you will have to return one day by answering for the way you treated him. And on that day, it will not be your excuses that will speak. It will be your actions, your choices, your silences, your looks. She deserves more than flowers on Eid. She deserves consistency, daily commitment, a love that doesn't need to be perfect, but is authentic, love that does not hide behind obligations, but shines through small attentions. It's not a favor you're doing him by being gentle. It's a duty, and more. It is a path to elevation of your own character. Human rights, leadership, but not dictatorship, Atile. Direct and balanced marriage does not relieve a man of his responsibility. He does not become a mere roommate, nor a passive spectator in his own home. In Islam, he is the pillar. He is the one who rises when everything is shaky. He is the one who takes it upon himself when the storms blow hard. He is the guardian, not the jailer. This role does not give him the right to crush, nor does it give him the right to be served without offering anything. Man is a leader, yes, but not at any price. He was not placed at the head of the family to dominate, but to guide. Not to impose, but to inspire. Not to be feared, but to gain trust of those he loves. His right is real. He has the right to respect, to be listened to be faithful. He has the right to have his efforts valued, even when they are invisible. He has the right to a wife who believes in him, who encourages him, who supports him morally in his challenges. But this right is conditioned, and this is where many fall. Respect is not demanded by shouting. It is not forced by fear. It is wins by justice, through balance, through the sincere intention of leading with the heart before the voice. An upright man knows that his power does not come from his deeper voice, nor from his role in society. It comes from his ability to be stable when things become unstable, to be gentle without being weak, to be firm without being harsh. The home he runs is a living structure. This is not a barracks. He is not a general. He is a domestic imam, a landmark. And when he goes astray, everything goes astray behind him. Do you want to be obeyed? Be fair. Do you want to be respected? Be honorable. Do you want a faithful wife? Be trustworthy. It's not a barter, it's a divine equation. He who gives sincerely always ends up receiving, even if it takes time. But be careful if you misuse this role. If you use it to hide behind authority, to hurt, to humiliate, to manipulate, then you are not a leader. You are an oppressor. And Islam does not protect oppressors, even if they pray, even if they fast. You can deceive people, but not the one who entrusted you with this role. Those who think that marriage puts them on top are wrong. Marriage puts you on top on the front line, and every decision you make, every word you speak, every silence you choose, all of this one day will be weighed. Do you want to lead? Start by learning to control yourself. Do you want your home to listen to you? Give it ihsan to believe it. Common law, the mercy first of all style, spiritual and gentle before words are exchanged, before rules are laid down, before responsibilities are even distributed. There is no mercy. Mercy, this subtle, invisible, but essential link that Islam places at the art of the union. It's not just about doing the right thing, it's about do it with pure intention. Not to have the last word, not to avoid criticism, not to keep the other person quiet, but to please Allah, to preserve what He has joined together. Rama is not weakness. It is strength of one who forgives when he could punish, of the one who supports when she could withdraw. It is this capacity to not to respond to harshness with harshness, not to count the efforts of others as one counts debts. It is to do good even when the other forgets. In difficult days, it's Rama that keeps the couple together. Not theoretical rites, not harsh reminders, not "you owe me." It's that kind look, those discreet gestures, those silent prayers for each other, even when the heart is weary. It is this desire to repair rather than accuse. Marriage is not a business contract. It's a space where the heart is called to rise. There will be gaps, yes, wounds, oversights. But if each spouse decides to lay rahmah as a foundation, everything can be rebuilt. For as long as there is mercy, there is hope. You can know all the rules, all the rights, all the obligations. But if your heart is empty of rahmah, your marriage will remain dry, rigid, mechanical. Islam does not want perfect couples. It wants sincere couples, hearts that reform for Allah, souls that remember that union is a test, and that the answer to this test is often the sacrifice. It's not always easy. Sometimes you have to keep quiet when you could have reacted. Sometimes you have to forgive when your ego is bleeding. Sometimes you have to give more than you receive. But know one thing, Allah, you can every time you put rahmah, where you could have put anger, you rise. So before you claim, ask yourself, am I in the rahmah? Before pointing out the other person's faults, ask yourself, what mercy have I sown in my home today? Because in the end, what you build with the rahmah, nothing can break it. Marital injustice. When law becomes oppression style, introspective and denunciatory. What destroys a home is not always a lack of knowledge. Sometimes it is precisely misused knowledge when what was meant to elevate becomes a weapon. When rights become chains. When religion is invoked not to unite, but to subdue. Too many Islamic marriages are so in name only. The appearance is there, signed contract, prayers said, sweet words spoken in front of people. But in the silence of homes, another reality imposes itself, a hidden domination behind verses recited without heart, injunctions delivered coldly, without kindness. Men who say, I am responsible for you, but forget to be responsible. Women who say, I owe you respect, but harbor resentment and manipulation. It is not Islam that is unjust. It is the way it is used who is. It is not enough to say, I am within my rights to be within the truth, because in Islam, justice precedes authority. You want to claim a right? Very well. But have you given yours? Are you demanding obedience? And you, have you honored your role? Are you asking for tenderness? Have you sown it? Oppression isn't always about hitting or shouting. Sometimes it's the imposed silence, fear disguised as respect, emotional fatigue disguised as Islamic patience. And it's not just men. Some women use emotions as weapons. They hurt with words, they ignore, they manipulate children, and they close off the heart of the home. So we must have the courage to ask ourselves this question. Do I honor the other as a creature whom Allah has elevated? Or am I using religion to serve my own interests? Because what many forget is that every abuse, every injustice, every betrayal of the role entrusted is not a simple marital mistake. It is a breach of amana, a violation of a sacred trust entrusted to us by Allah. And when oppression enters a home, the barakah in sort, you can read all the books, you can quote all the text, but if your heart is corrupted by ego, by resentment, by the will to control, then what you are building is already crumbling. Blessed homes are not those that know all the rights. They are those where each fights not to betray the other, even when the other sees nothing, because they know that Allah sees everything. Marriage is not a place where one demands. It is a place where one builds. And in Islam, one doesn't build with demands, but with sincerity, justice, and rahmah. If you are a husband, be that pillar that provides security without suffocating. If you are a wife, be that light that illuminates without consuming. And if you are on your way, then know that the most beautiful home is not the one that shines on the outside, but one who breathes peace within. What you do in your marriage is not just for your spouse. It is an act of worship. a mirror of your relationship with Allah. So don't aim to be a perfect husband or a flawless wife. Aim to be a sincere servant in the role He has entrusted to you, and you will see peace will come, not only in your home, but in your heart.